Hey guys, what's up? So we're here to check out the latest patch notes on Marvel Super War. Which heroes got buffed and which heroes got nerfed. Now before we go geek mode into the details of these patch notes, let's give you the basic info first. To make it short, here is the list of the buffed and nerfed heroes. With that covered, let's go into detail on what exactly got buffed and nerfed. First is Thor. They've increased his attack damage in the late game as well as improved his teamfight performance. Let's see what they meant. So a bit of added damage on his passive skill and more HP restoration. Reduced cooldown and longer range on his second skill, which I personally like. They've also gave a huge increase on his defense while he's channeling his ultimate. He can be pretty vulnerable while performing his ultimate, but I guess with this increase in defense, you'll be a bit safer. Now let's move on to War Machine. They said they felt like War Machine is a weak Iron Man sidekick whenever he doesn't have his ultimate. So they've reduced the cooldown of his ultimate as well as increasing the damage of his other skills a bit. But not too much though, since Iron Man. Also when they said they're gonna strengthen his other damaging abilities, yes with an S and yes skills that damage, they've meant his first skill. They've also increased the slowdown effect of his second skill. Next is Black Widow. They felt like Black Widow was a bit weak in the early stages compared to the other assassins, and that her second skill can't hit Shizzle. So a good amount of increased damage on her first skill, increased distance and damage range on her second skill, and increased damage and HP restoration on each shot of her ultimate, which I think is pretty good since her ultimate was already OP before. Next one is SpiderMan. As you've seen in the list, this is a nerf on him. They felt like SpiderMan was too evasive and his webs too sticky. The slow effect duration of his first skill have been decreased from 5 seconds to 1, which is pretty huge. He can now also be targeted in his hang status. That's basically when he's up in the air, swinging and jumping around. Next is Captain America. Well, they've basically felt like he's too OP, so they've decreased the damage absorption and HP regen that happens whenever his shield returns to him from a throw, which in short is your passive skill. Reduced damage and HP restoration again, this time on his second skill. So there we go guys, we've pretty much covered all the stuff that needs to be covered. This way you'll know what exactly got buffed and nerfed and how it will affect your typical gameplay. Good amount of buff on Thor, a bit on Black Widow. Not so sure about War Machine but that cooldown reduction on his ultimate is huge. Huge nerf on SpiderMan and a bit of damage decrease on Cap. So what do you think of this update? Do you think it's fair? Which other heroes should get a buff or a nerf? Share your thoughts in the comment section and don't forget to like and subscribe. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.